food or wanting more, we're greedy. The poor and needy you saw on TV are right before your eyes and can't be ignored in 3D. From the third world to developed nations, the aim is elevation through education. Bella's training, changing from felons to tradesmen, placing victims of violence in shelters to save them. No time for celebrating, there's work to be done. More than words on the tongue, can't defer it for fun. It's diverting your funds to a young single mum, determined work searching to earn for a son. Quell the hunger of vagrants who slumber on pavements. Make payments, don't broadcast the numbers in statements. What once was sacred endangered, it's becoming tainted. The best plans, the left hand and right are unacquainted. Get remunerated, send our young to Cambridge. Self-sufficient, selfless, every one of us made it. Community builders, establishing firm pillars. Lend time, spend silver, or share your skills, sir. Me, I use a pen nib to move your senses. Sensibles in between Scrooge and Spendthrift. Help others, help themselves, that's a huge incentive. 2.5% zakat ain't too expensive and won't break your budget. Go place them ducats in the donation bucket. It loves the taste of nugget.
Ramadan, the month of mercy and noble Quran. Welcome Ramadan. Ramadan, the month of mercy and noble Quran. Welcome Ramadan. Ramadan, the month of mercy and noble Quran. Welcome Ramadan. Ramadan, the month of mercy and noble Quran. Welcome Ramadan.
First in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most just, the most kind, the most compassionate, the Lord of the Honorable Throne, the Lord of the Alameen, the King of Kings, the Master and Majesty of the heavens, the earth and the universe. And I send my peace and blessings on the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers and sisters, welcome to Ramadan TV. My brothers and sisters, today, alhamdulillah, we are doing something amazing, something that is so important to every single one of us. I am here, alhamdulillah, with a beautiful charity organization called Ethar Relief. And what we're doing is, inshallah, we are raising money for water. Subhanallah. We are trying to raise £45,000, inshallah. And they are trying to build a mega well. Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah. It's indeed, my brother, it's such a beautiful thing, that, like I said before, water. Every single one of us need it. It's the body, correct me if I'm wrong, 80% of our body is made of water. Subhanallah. And what I'm going to do now, inshallah, is I'm going to pass it on to our beloved brother Sayyid Ibrahim to explain more further, inshallah, what it's all about and what they're trying to do, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala ashraf al-mursaleen Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. This is not an issue of water only. Subhanallah, water is one of the problems. The refugee camps that opened its door to the refugees of Eritrea about 40 years ago still exist and is still taking on people, and it still has all kind of problems. Many of those kids and the families, they travel for 2 hours and 3 hours to find clean water. Those refugee camps, they have no basic living things that everybody needs in their daily life. Simple things like we take it for granted: making wudu, taking shower, brushing your teeth in the morning. Subhanallah, this is all struggle every single day. For somebody to make wudu, to think twice
Okay.
how much water they're going to spend, subhanAllah.
Okay.
So this is going to be, inshallah, our...
If I can just if I could just remind them, inshallah, my brother Sayyid, about the packages, inshallah. So my brothers and sisters, as you can see on screen, alhamdulillah, it's not difficult, subhanallah. You know, we have to raise £45,000, inshallah. And the packages are on screen, inshallah, as you can see. And if you can call the donation line as well, inshallah. I'm going to get the packages is 10 people is £30. To support 10 people, subhanAllah, all we need is £30, inshallah. And to support 100 people, it's £200, inshallah, £300. And to support 1,000 people, 3,000 people, 3,000 people,
£30, £300,
yes,
and £3,000.
3,000, inshallah.
Tabarakallah. So it's like a phone contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
exactly.
eating out somewhere, and then buying maybe some nice clothes for Eid, or maybe buying a car. SubhanAllah, the gift of life, brothers and sisters, is something so small that we take for granted. Wallahi, if we were to just take a 2-litre water bottle, and we pay what, £1.50 for it, how quickly does that go, or how much do we waste of it? Just this beautiful Ramadan, subhanAllah, that we're in, and Allah has allowed us to see. We ask Allah that He allows us to see the end of it, and He forgives us our sins. Ameen. But how many of us, when we're in the masjid, we see 500-litre water bottles, 500 milliliter water bottles, and they're wasted. Someone takes a sip and they leave it. They take 2 sips and they leave it. Now I want you to think about if that was your daily consumption, that small bottle that you had to make wudu from, you had to wash your mouth, brush your teeth, cook your utensils, then you had to cook your food from, and then on top of this you had to drink from it. Now what position would you be in with 500 milliliters of water? That's half a litre. Not much. SubhanAllah, we'll shortly go back to the brothers, but SubhanAllah, they'll tell us the sort of cost, how long they've been about, the charity, and how many people this can serve. And when you realize the cost versus the number of people it's serving, you'll be surprised at the value for money that you get with this amazing project, subhanAllah.
You know, like Brother Sayyid Ibrahim told me that this is one of the biggest refugee camps in Sudan, subhanAllah, you know, and it's serving our brothers and sisters. And there's nothing, like our beloved brother said, my brothers and sisters, let's cut on certain things, you know, that we're going to spend, and let's give money, alhamdulillah. So even if you can't afford that much, the first package is so cheap, subhanAllah, £30, subhanAllah, that's 10 people. Imagine the du'as they'll give you, inshallah, in this beautiful month of mercy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us. You know, I did a status the other day, and I said, Ramadan is a gift for us Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a chance every year to cleanse ourselves. Alhamdulillah. So I'll pass it on to our beloved brother again, Brother Sayyid, so he can explain a bit more about this cause, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khair. The refugee camps, there are about 14 refugee camps. All these refugee camps, the majority of them, they've been abandoned by the United Nations. They are no longer seen as places where they need help, unfortunately. The focus and priorities becoming elsewhere. So those people, they've been struggling for 40 years. Water is an important thing for a Muslim to start with. It's something we need in every single prayer. And imagine for an elderly person or disabled person to struggle really to get that necessity, that simple things that we take for granted. So inshallah tonight, with the support of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the help of our brothers, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to raise this money and we'll make 15,000 people happy. This water is not only for a year, it's not for 2 years, not for 10 years. With maintenance, this is for life. So inshallah, whoever donated tonight, inshallah, that sadaqah jariyah will stay with them for life, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah, inshallah.
So we're saying, subhanAllah, that 15,000 people will have access to this well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is immediate access.
Immediate access,
so imagine
inshallah,
over a period of a year, how many hundreds, maybe millions of people potentially we're going to have impact that they're going to utilize this.
Absolutely.
So we're talking, subhanAllah, as little as £3 per person, they can get access to water for life.
Absolutely.
I want you to think about that, brothers and sisters. For £3 a day, or just for £3 one-off, you can give access to water to, subhanAllah, one of those 15,000 people for life.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Not only giving those 15,000, but Brother Salman can tell you the impact on the children who are making journey. I mean, I will give the chance, inshallah, because if I start, I won't stop. Brother Salman, Brother Salman as well can explore probably further on the impact of this water on the children and young people, inshallah.
The access to clean water is something that we don't really appreciate living in the conditions that we live in. Being able to put on the tap and having unlimited access to water. It's something that we don't really appreciate. We don't really think about it. It's there. We've always had it. The problem with water, or rather lack of access to clean water, is that it has a number of knockdown effects. With water being one of the key essential things that we need to survive as human beings. I mean, just looking at it from a purely survival perspective, we need water to survive. If we can survive without food for about a month, but we can't survive for longer than 3 days without water. So the problem with not having access to clean water means that some of the knock-on effects, especially for young people, young children, is that they have their access to education is limited.
Yeah.
And this is because, if you can imagine, a child or a young boy or a young girl has to travel for hours in order to get water and come back. Again, the journey takes a few hours. So the problem is, when you don't have access to clean water, you don't have easy access to water, it impacts your chances for education. And that means that your future prospects are impacted. And this has a compounding effect, which means that the cycle of dependency carries on. It means that they are stuck in that wicked cycle of dependency on aid programs. They can't sustain themselves. They can't become self-independent. And that's why water is one of the most critical aspects for survival. And it's why, inshallah, today we're aiming towards building, or at least getting the funds necessary, inshallah, to build this build this one, inshallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts this from us and He makes it easy for us to do this, inshallah.
Ameen, mashallah. If we can give out the donation number, inshallah, and the numbers, because we want people to start calling in and to, mashallah, start donating that £3 a person to make that difference.
Yeah, inshallah, the number, inshallah, is on your screen as well, but I'll read it out to you. It's 309 0230. So please call in, inshallah. But call in as well. Call in on the studio, inshallah, and talk to us about it, because like our brother Sulaiman said, we don't understand, because we're in such a good position that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed to be. And you're probably washing dishes right now, just getting ready for iftar, subhanAllah. Imagine, there's people out there in the world who don't have that option. They don't have that option at all. So alhamdulillah, there's a call now. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam.
My sister, where are you calling from, inshallah?
I'd like to remain anonymous, please.
Okay, alhamdulillah, no problem, my sister.
So how are you going to, inshallah, help us this evening with this wonderful program?
I've just turned on the TV literally 10 minutes ago.
MashaAllah.
And I'm obviously calling because I want to donate.
MashaAllah.
I think we take everything for granted in this world, and
yes.
Ramadan is one of those times where, I'm getting really emotional quite now, one of those times where you appreciate everything you're given.
Yeah.
There's people without homes, without food, without water, without clothing. And I think it's quite sad if you're a Muslim and you are not able to help other fellow Muslims. The smallest of donation, imagine if every household gave the minimum amount of £30. That soon would add up to thousands. And I think every household, if they are able to and have the means to, should give donations where possible.
Alhamdulillah.
Every little bit of that helps. It all adds up in the end.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Sister,
if you read the namaz, the Ravin namaz are quite long. I have a bottle of water next to me when I read, and that brought tears to my eyes when I was watching that, because I know every time I go to reach for that bottle, you don't think about the people that don't have that option.
It's taken for granted.
It is taken for granted.
SubhanAllah. Just before you go, if I can request bi'idhnillah 2 things. So when we're about to open our iftar in maybe the next few minutes or so, as the time comes, I want you to make dua that this charity and this project is a success, primarily for us in the akhirah, but also for us in this dunya, that we can actually give access of clean water for those people. That's one. And two, I would like you to contact maybe 10 members of your family. Each one of your members of the family, they can all then, bi'idhnillah, give £30. Or imagine if you could contact your 10 members of the family and they could all give £300. How many more people that knock-on effect has? And we want to create a domino effect. And I want to pass on one last piece of information. We know that it is the sunnah of the Salaf, the righteous generations, that the first person who starts off the good deed, he gets a reward of all of those who follow. So mashallah, tabarakallah, I congratulate you, and partly jealous of you, mashallah, because anybody who calls up from now, and they've taken heed of what you said, and they follow your example, inshallah, you'll have the rewards that they put forward without deducting from them. So mashallah, tabarakallah. If you haven't, please call the donation hotline on 012-1309-0230.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, my sister.
Ameen.
Ameen, inshallah. We have another caller, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
What would you like to say, inshallah?
I want to donate £30.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 9 years old and I'm your nephew.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. My nephew or?
No, I believe it's your nephew.
Really, my nephew?
Yeah.
Oh, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. What's your name?
Ethar.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Isa, how are you doing? Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you abundantly. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. You know, Isa, can you do me a little favor?
Yeah.
You've got a very big family, subhanAllah. So tell your daddy, inshallah, to text everybody, inshallah, and tell them, like our beloved brother just said, you know, tell everybody about this beautiful charity that we're raising money for water, alhamdulillah. Will you do that for me?
Okay.
You don't have to do that. You tell your dad, inshallah, okay?
Inshallah.
Yeah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you abundantly, inshallah. Okay, Isa?
Okay.
Ameen, ameen. Thank you. Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. So we're getting people, mashallah, calling in, my dear brothers and sisters. But really, more than anything, first and foremost, we need your du'as. We need your time that you need to communicate with Allah. And make sure that those people have access to for water for making wudu. And even more than this, from just a very survival perspective, as the brother, mashallah, Sulaiman, he said, mashallah, is that they need to live. And imagine all of us, myself included, that alhamdulillah, I used to get to school maybe in 45 minutes. I didn't have to walk 2 or 3 hours to get to water, let alone get to school, because subhanallah, we have things nice in this part of the world. So we need to maybe take a few minutes, reflect, and make the most of that reflection, and say, look, I'm going to make a commitment. And everybody in my house, we're all going to donate £3 for one of those people. And imagine you give them water for life. Now, all of us realistically can do £3. But I want you to say, actually, no, it's Ramadan, I'm going to give £30. And I want you to compete in your family. Someone's going to say, no, well, you're giving 30, well, actually, I'm going to give 300. And then, mashallah, someone who has maybe some money, or they wanted to maybe go Hajj or something, and they wanted to make a difference. And they say, you know what? I'm going to give £3,000, subhanallah.
We have a call, alhamdulillah. And it's from Saudi Arabia, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My brother, how are you doing? Can I get your name?
معكم أخوكم عوض محمد الجبرتي من السعودية من جدة.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, mashallah.
I believe you speak Arabic, so maybe you're best to take
Brother عوض, السلام عليكم.
أنا اسمحوا لي أتكلم معكم باللغة العربية لأن الإنجليزي عندي ضعيفة.
ابشر تفضل. He said he's going to speak in Arabic.
Okay,
that's fine.
أخونا سعيد ممكن يفهم كلامي بالعربي ويترجم لكم أنتم عاد بالإنجليزي.
ابشر تفضل.
أول شيء أنا سعيد جدا يعني أتحدث معكم وشرف لي أني أضم صوتي إلى هذا البرنامج الرائع والجميل الذي اجتمعتم من أجل أنكم بالفعل تحيون قضية، وهذه القضية هي قضية إنسانية وقضية هي قضية إيمانية. والنبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول مثل المؤمنين في توادهم وتراحمهم وتعاطفهم كمثل الجسد الواحد إذا اشتكى منه عضو تداعى له سائر الجسد بالسهر والحمى.
أترجم.
نعم لنا إخوان.
أترجم بس لحظة. أخي عوض أترجم بس لحظة. He welcomed and he thanked you for hosting this program, and he's saying this is a struggle that all the Ummah should be taking part in trying to resolve. And he reminded us with the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ when he mentioned that the Ummah is like one body, where if there is a painful part of the body, the whole body will be feeling the same pain and share and try to resolve that issue. And he said this is a struggle, it's been going for a little while, and he's happy to see us trying to raise the money for the world. تفضل أخي عوض.
فنحن بيد واحدة لن نستطيع أن نفعل شيء، ولكن إذا تكاتفت جهودنا وتضافرنا سوف نستطيع أن نصنع كل شيء.
One hand cannot do the job, cannot clap, and we need to put our hand together, inshallah, to resolve the issue of those refugees. تفضل.
وبما أننا في شهر رمضان المبارك شهر الخير والرحمات قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام جاءكم شهر رمضان شهر الخير. وهنا كان النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام صاحب الجود والكرم، لكنه كان في رمضان أجود ما يكون في عطائه وبذله ووفائه وكرمه، وأسرع من الريح في العطاء والخير.
جزاك الله خير. And he said Ramadan is the month of giving, the month of mercy. And the Prophet ﷺ used to grab the opportunity in this month, and he was the most generous, the most merciful in this month. تفضل.
ولذلك في يوم من الأيام النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام دعا الصحابة الكرام أن ينفقوا، فكان أبو بكر الصديق دائما صاحب الصدق، فأراد عمر بن الخطاب في يوم من الأيام أن يسبقه، فماذا صنع؟ جاء عمر رضي الله عنه وأرضاه بنصف ماله، بنصف ممتلكاته، بنصف خزينته، فوضعها عند النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام، فقال يا عمر ماذا تركت لأهلك؟ فقال مثله يا رسول الله. ثم جاء أبو بكر الصديق رضي الله عنه وأرضاه بكل ممتلكاته، جاء بكل ماله، جاء بكل ما هو موجود في خزينته وخزنته، ووضعها أمام النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام، فقال يا أبا بكر ماذا تركت لأهلك؟ فقال تركت لهم الله ورسوله. هنا عمر بن الخطاب رأى فتعجب واستغرب، فنظر إلى أبي بكر المعطاء صاحب البذل والعطاء، فقال والله لا أسابقك إلى خير أبدا.
And subhanAllah, he's reminding us during the time of the Prophet ﷺ when he asked the companions to donate, and everybody was rushing and bringing money, and at that time Umar ibn Khattab, he was trying to compete with Abu Bakr, and he came with his half of his wealth, and the Prophet ﷺ asking him, what have you left for the family? He said, I left the same amount, so half the money for sadaqah and half the money for my family. When Abu Bakr, he came anyway, we know the story, subhanAllah, he donated all his money. And the Prophet ﷺ asked him, what have you left for the family? He said, I left Allah wa Rasulihi. And that shows, he said, how those people, they cared about the Ummah's issues, and they were doing it from the bottom of their heart. تفضل أخي.
كان أحد السلف الصالحين اسمه عرابة. عرابة كان آية في الإنفاق، كان آية في العطاء، كان آية في البذل. عرابة، وما أدراك ما عرابة. في يوم من الأيام كان من شدة بذل عرابة للخير وعطائه، كان رجل أعمى، فكان عنده عبدين، كان يتكئ على هذين العبدين فيذهب بهما حيثما أراد. في يوم من الأيام أراد رجل أن يختبر كرم وعطاء هذا الرجل الصالح، فكان في الليل فقال يا عرابة رجل فقير أسألك أن تساعدني. فقال عرابة والله ليس لدي درهم ولا دينار إلا هذين العبدين، فدونك هذين العبدين هما لك. فتبرع وأنفق من شيء يعتبر بالنسبة له شيء ثمين وعزيز يدلون الطريق، ومع ذلك أنفق وتبرع ولم يبالي رضي الله عنه وأرضاه.
Subhanallah, is mentioned in one of the Sahaba as well, who was desperate to hold on to two slaves who were helping him, two servants, and he was unable to walk on his own and blind, and he used to lean against them to take him wherever he has to go. And one day he was asked for sadaqah, and he didn't have anything to give, and he said, the only thing I've got is those servants, so if they are any good to you, I give them for the sake of Allah. And the man gave the last thing that he had for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is just to encourage the brothers and sisters to think about donation and giving as you put it in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before anything else. أخينا عوض إن شاء الله لو تختم لنا بشيء عشان البرنامج. جزاك الله خير.
في قول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول حالة في التبرع والعطاء ما اللهم أعطي كل منفق خلفا، وقال ما نقص مال من صدقة. وأنا من باب المساهمة معكم هذه 500 ريال سعودي
ما شاء الله جزاك الله
أبدأها من عندي لكم، وإن كانت قليلة لكني مؤمن إيمان تام أنه 500 من عندي و500 من فلان وعلان والآخر والثالث والعاشر سوف نصنع أشياء كثيرة وكبيرة.
الله يجزيك خير.
سعيد جدا بإني شاركت معكم، وسعيد جدا إني ألتقي بكم، وأسأل الله عز وجل لكم التوفيق والسداد، فأنتم في إيثار نعم الرجال ونعم الفئة المؤمنة التي بالفعل قامت بهذا العمل الإنساني حتى تساعد إخوانها وأخواتها في منطقة هي بحاجة للدعم. شكرا لكم جميعا.
بارك الله فيك. وصل لنا الرسالة لكل الأخوة والأخوات، الله يرضى عليك لو ترسل لهم تكست مسجات والرسائل إن شاء الله. جزاك الله خير.
أبشر.
بارك الله فيك. Yeah, he concluded by saying that he's going to donate 500 Riyal Saudi, inshallah ta'ala, Jazakallah khair. And he said this is a small amount, he knows, but he said if everyone can donate this little money, inshallah ta'ala, and no money will decrease because of sadaqah, it will increase the sadaqah, inshallah ta'ala. And he made dua for all of us, inshallah, for Ethar and for presenting, inshallah, to bless us. Jazakallah khair, Shaykh Awad. Barakallahu feek.
We have another caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
My sister, what would you like to say, inshallah?
Just a minute.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
How are you, Baba?
My name is Musa.
Musa, you're going to have to speak up a bit louder.
£30.
You want to give £30?
Yeah.
MashaAllah. How old are you, Musa?
I'm 4 years old.
You're 4 years old.
Allahu
Akbar. Wow, MashaAllah.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
This is my young son,
MashaAllah.
and he's 4-year-old. He wanted to donate £30. And I'd like to donate £60.
Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless you and your family, MashaAllah. May Allah make Musa, your young child, like our Prophet Musa alayhi salam, who was a firm person and who used to always enjoy the good and forbid the evil, and used to be a leader for the people.
Inshallah.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have another caller, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hello.
Hello. Walaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
Umar,
Yes.
I want to donate 100 pounds.
MashaAllah.
I think I recognize that voice. That's my mother.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
I hope it is. Mum, is that you?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Mum, I would like to say, inshallah, when you read Salah today, just before you open your fast, please make dua for this beautiful, noble cause, inshallah. Because the mother's dua is indeed a beautiful dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens, alhamdulillah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept you, my mum. Ameen.
MashaAllah. So from one generation to the next, MashaAllah, from this side of the TV to that side of the TV, MashaAllah, people are calling in and they're donating. SubhanAllah, you know the number to call. It's 0121 309 0230. That's the all-important donation hotline. Or call us in the studio on 0207 908 7285. My dear brothers and sisters, SubhanAllah, I've just said that we've got one generation to the next, MashaAllah. MashaAllah, Umar's mum's just called in. We've had a brother from all the way in Saudi Arabia that's called in, and we've had a young person as young as 4 years old that's called in, subhanAllah. And people of all ages can get involved in this noble cause, because it's something so simple. It's water, H2O, something that we often take for granted. And subhanAllah, what's normally the first thing that we do after an 18 or 20 hour fast is we look at that glass of water.
SubhanAllah.
So I want us just to reflect for that few moments and think about that glass of water. We open the tap, we've got hot water to wash our hands. Then we open the other side of the tap and we've got cold water to drink. Now I want you to offer that luxury to somebody else in the world. Somebody who's far, far away, who you've never seen, maybe you've never even heard of. SubhanAllah, these refugees who are stuck in really no man's land. But all they're asking for is that simple dignity to have water, to not only drink, not only to clean with, but to make wudu, to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. And for as little as £3, you can give somebody access to water for the rest of their life. And imagine, every time they make wudu, they wash their face, they wash their mouth, they do their arms, it will go on your scale of good deeds. Now what an amazing cause is that, subhanAllah. We've had a young boy who's not even at the age that he needs to pray, yet he's going to be amounting deeds, and his mother will be amounting deeds because he's donated £30. So please do call the studio on 0207 908 7285, or the donation hotline on 0102 903 0230. MashaAllah.
SubhanAllah, we actually have a call. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brother. What would you like to say, my beloved brother?
I'd like to say, I want to all the people listening, I want them to say, generously, generate generously, and all without any doubt. This is very, very honest charity, and all my 3 daughters, they are on the hotline. They're listening, I believe, or they're probably not. And I'd like to donate £150 for water pump.
Allahu Akbar.
Tabarakallah, Shaykh. Jazakallah khair. We appreciate that. Please call your family, your friends, ask them to call in, give your support. And as a family, maybe you can donate more. We can get more people donating, and more people have access to water to make wudu, just like all of us are going to be doing shortly, mashallah.
Inshallah. I'm Zovia's dad.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, mashallah. One of our dedicated volunteers, Jazakallah khair. She's a true leader, mashallah. May Allah bless you.
Ameen, ameen.
And bless your daughter.
Keep remember us for my family for du'as, please.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Barakallah.
Allah Hafiz.
There was something that I heard from a sheikh once. He said, when somebody says, keep me in your du'as, make that du'a right there. So my brother, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you abundantly. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make your children, your grandchildren, the leaders of Islam, inshallah. Ameen. Again, my brothers and sisters, please do call in on 0207 908 7285. And if you're too shy, please just call the donation line, inshallah, on 0121 309 0230, inshallah. My brother, Sayyid Ibrahim, I would like you to, explain a tiny bit more, because brothers and sisters may have just joined us right now, and they want to know what is I'm going to let you say the refugee camp's name, subhanAllah. I've got it written here, but if you explain to them what it is, inshallah.
Also, maybe give us some context of where this place is, the sort of how it got there, so people can know, because many people don't know this place, who they are, why they're there, why nobody's helping. And then, mashallah, you can say this maybe, mashallah, this interesting name that will lead to you, mashallah.
Jazakallah. Okay. Many of those refugee camps, the problem with the Eritrean refugees started in the early 70s during the war between Eritrea and Ethiopia for the independence, Eritrea to be independent from Ethiopia. When people immigrated to Sudan, everybody thought it's a few months, a year maybe, back home. So those refugee camps, they had the very basics, probably facilities to facilitate for a few months. This lasted 40 years. Now, a lot of those refugee camps, they are in East Sudan. The most popular towns in East Sudan are Kassala and Gadaref. They are right in East Sudan. Around those two towns, there are about 14 refugee camps. With some of them have refugees up to 40,000, with some up to 7,000. So between 40 to 7,000. So around 300,000 at the moment, between 3 to 500,000 at the moment. They are still waiting either to go back home or to be settled. Nobody is 40. It's the third generation living in this area. The water well that we plan, inshallah, with the blessing of Allah and the help and support of our brothers, is in a refugee camps called Saqta. Saqta. This is near a town called Gadaref, one of the major towns in East Sudan. A couple of hours probably from that town. Now, because those refugee camps, they are isolated, those refugee camps, there is no road connection to the town, majority of them. There is no wells around, there is no facilities, schools, hospitals, all the simple facilities, they don't exist. But water has been the most essential element that's missing from these refugee camps. Now, for a little while, those people, they suffered in silence. Subhanallah, a lot of the charity organization, of course, they worked in Sudan in the early 70s and early 80s, and then they abandoned those refugee camps. The United Nations abandoned them. And now this continues for another 20, 30 years. And now, inshallah, with the donation from our brothers and sisters, the idea is to this project will be a massive one. It will serve 15,000 people in Saqta refugee camps and the refugee camps around it. And plus those residents as well. Even the Sudanese who live around those refugee camps, they are the poorest Sudanese. Yes. Subhanallah, they suffer similar to what we suffer. Okay. Alhamdulillah, they've been so generous to host us, but they don't have anything to give. And subhanallah, the word Ethar in itself, it means given when you need in Arabic. And Ethar Relief, since I started working in those refugee camps, alhamdulillah, start to connect those refugee camps to the world, to let people know there is a problem in those areas. Alhamdulillah. So this particular project will serve 15,000 people, not only giving them drinking water. As we said, this is essential for their health. At the moment, people travel 2 hours not to find clean water, to find any kind of water to survive. And that causes diseases, that causes problems, children missing from the schools, as Brother Salman said. People travel 2 hours to get the water, 2 hours to come back, and they do this journey about twice a day. Because they don't have even tanks to save this water. So, subhanallah, a lot of the problems can be solved tonight by giving generous inshallah to build that water well inshallah ta'ala, and then we move on inshallah to make their life a little easier and sustainable inshallah ta'ala.
And my brother, tell them how much we need in total. How much do we need to raise
inshallah? Tonight we're hoping to raise £45,000. As the brother said, inshallah, £3,000 will serve and give clean water to 1,000 people for life, not only for a year, 2 years, 10 years. With maintenance, those wells can serve people for up to hundreds of years. Okay, and £300 can give clean water to 100 people, £30 to 10 people. So inshallah, we are expecting from our brothers and sisters inshallah great donations tonight.
Inshallah. We ask Allah that He makes it possible. So we get some context, really from two angles. One, that maybe we can ask Suleiman as a young man, why you're here and why maybe you're involved with the charity and why you're so passionate about this. And then second, maybe we can touch upon £45,000 for a well seems a lot of money. And we've got to give some context that, subhanAllah, we're not just making a pipe into the ground.
Absolutely.
We're digging a big distance into the ground.
It's a deep well, yes.
So we'll touch upon this maybe shortly, but Salman, please tell us.
Just to quickly develop on a point made by Abu Haneen. One of the problems that we have getting to these places, traveling 2 to 3 hours to get to these places isn't the end of the journey. Sometimes.
My brother, if we can take this call, inshallah, is that okay, inshallah?
Sure.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What would you like to say, my dear brother?
Yes, I just would like to say, Jazakumullahu khair for doing this great job. Barakallahu feek. And I would like to thank Ethar for having this program, just broadcasted on the TV. Jazakumullahu khair for giving us the opportunity to do something for our people in there.
Barakallahu
feek. Actually, I would like to stay anonymous, and I would like to urge all Muslims in general and our Eritrean community in particular to just support this great cause. Jazakumullahu khair. I would like to urge our Eritrean community who are, they are more related to these problems, and they know this, the fact that our brothers mentioned about the water. And today, subhanallah ta'ala, when I just started for Ethar, and I wanted to take cold water, I remember the program, and I was thinking, subhanallah, where are our people in the camp getting this water, even not clean water? So, alhamdulillah, for having you people to do such a great job, and I would like to donate £500.
Allahu Akbar, mashallah, jazakallah khair. Barakallahu feek, ya akhi. Barakallahu feek.
I would like to thank Ethar people who started this program, and inshallah this work will go on and on. Jazakumullahu khair. And I would like to thank the host, all of you, Brother Omar and Brother Saeed. I am not much aware of this TV much before this program, but inshallah I will try to be always part of these programs that this channel will announce always, inshallah. I would like you to pray for my father who passed away 3-4 years ago on Ramadan. And this 500, I would like it to be for his soul and for my mother also, and for my all other brothers. I would like you to pray for my father's souls and for the well-being of our people in the camps and all over the world, and for all Muslims. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah khair. Allah accept
my brother, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your donation, inshallah. Inshallah. We have a call, inshallah, from Brother Sultan, actually. He's a part of your charity from Saudi Arabia, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Sultan.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brother, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. First, Jazakumullah khair in Ramadan TV, what you're doing, may Allah bless you. Deep thanks to everyone who's been involved and giving in this charity and this event tonight, inshallah. I would like to make a very special promise for everyone to go and to donate tonight, or to anyone who's going to make a donation even by intention, inshallah ta'ala. I promise, I'm in Makkah today. I will remember everyone with the dua, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm going Friday, inshallah, to Medina. I will pass salam to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to everyone who's going to donate. And I will be more than happy to receive WhatsApp message from everyone have a special dua need. Inshallah, I will ask Allah in His house. My number is 0044 00447846670049. I repeat, 00447846670049. Excuse me if you don't mind, give me a chance to thank the great team of Charity Right, Brother Azi and Brother Jad, especially those two brothers who have been opened the gate, the mercy, rahmah of Allah to our people who've been neglecting and forgetting people. Especially thanks to the great team from Charity Right, our dear brothers, and everyone who has been involved in giving. May Allah bless all of you, and Ramadan Mubarak to everyone, inshallah.
SubhanAllah, another call all the way, SubhanAllah, from the blessed land. SubhanAllah, the brother said on Friday, Yawm al-Jum'ah, he will be in Medina. And SubhanAllah, this is the Muslim Ummah. That if somebody can't donate, that they will offer whatever they can. And the brother has said, whoever donates tonight, then he will make a dua especially for them, wherever he is now. And when he goes to Medina, and when he is in one of the harams, that he will make dua for all of us, that Allah accept it from us, and this project as well is a success, and that we can build it, bi'idhnillah, today in this show, that we can get the funds together. So please do call the donation hotline on 0121 309 0230.
There's a call actually, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
I think we've lost the call maybe.
Inshallah they'll call back, inshallah.
Inshallah.
My brother Sayyid Ibrahim, I would like to ask you, who is Brother Sultan?
Brother Sultan, Salman knows him better. But I will say, Brother Sultan is the founder of Ethar Relief. He is someone who's been through those refugee camps, who's seen it first hand, who suffered like many of the Eritreans who suffered because of the war, because of the issues that we have in Eritrea. Brother Sultan, when he left Eritrea and been through the refugee camps and ended up in Europe, he never forgot the issues. It was with him in his mind. SubhanAllah, he established a charity, and he was running up and down in his own at the beginning to make the voice of those refugees heard around the world. It took him few years to make it recognized, established, and today, SubhanAllah, Ethar is well known. But to admire Brother Ethar, Brother Sultan even more, he's been through a serious health condition. Just a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he has to go through the full treatment and chemotherapy. And SubhanAllah, I mean, everybody who know Sultan, they made dua for him day and night. But believe it or not, Brother Sultan, throughout his illness, he never forgot the issues of those refugees. Wallahi, whenever he's got a split of second in that hospital, in a moment where probably he's dying, he will text a message reminding people to remember the orphans, to remember their needs. Wallahi, brothers, this is before the Maghrib. I swear by Allah, I used to receive messages at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock. He doesn't know what time it is. Yes. He will wake up, he will have his conscience back, and he will think about those refugees, those needies, wherever they are. He will make dua for people. And I believe tonight, inshallah ta'ala, as he said, Wallahi, may Allah accept dua from all of us. But this man, may Allah accept from him. And he is in the house of Allah tonight. And if he said he's going to make dua, Wallahi, make sure he will make dua for everyone. If it takes him all night without sleeping for a second, he will make dua for everyone. May Allah accept from him, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, and this young man is the son of Brother Sultan, and may Allah bless the whole family. They've been involved with Ethar, all of them, the whole family built Ethar. Jazakumullah khair.
It's a phenomenal thing. Again, we've got 2 generations of people who work in the charity. SubhanAllah, they're helping and they're doing things. SubhanAllah, it's amazing to see. And just the sincerity, inshallah, of the brother, the ikhlas. He actually gave his number out. SubhanAllah, he gave it out twice. He was being genuine and sincere. So if you're lucky enough to catch that number, then please do WhatsApp him and text him, and he can make that dua for you. But please, let's be a part of this. Let's not take for granted that cold glass of water that we're going to be sipping on momentarily. That we're going to be sipping on. I want you to give that £3 to save somebody and give them water for the rest of their life, bi'idhnillah. 0121 309 0230. Please do call in and call the donation hotline.
My brothers and sisters, it's not a lot of money, subhanAllah. You know, as our brother was saying, the packages are they're not expensive at all. For 10 people, it's £30. I'm just going to say that. I'll say the other ones, but £30 is nothing, subhanAllah. We're blessed to live here, alhamdulillah. Or wherever you're listening to the world. If you're listening to this, you're blessed. Because if you're out of England, you've got internet connection. That means you've got money, subhanAllah. And if you're in England, you've got, alhamdulillah, you're there. You know you've got the beautiful pleasure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. Please, my brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, we have a call. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
It's Marisa's niece. Zayn, Layla and Sophia.
Okay, subhanAllah. How you doing, Zayn, Layla, and I've nearly forgot their name, subhanAllah. How you doing, Zayn, Layla and Sophia? You okay?
Yeah, we're very to the pocket money, and we're very proud of you.
Oh, Allah. And how much is your pocket money?
We did £10 each.
That's great. You know, kids, that's £30, subhanAllah. You're going to help 10 people, inshallah, and that's going to be on your deeds, inshallah, for the rest of your life, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Thank you for calling. And inshallah, I'll call you after and we'll have a good little chat. I haven't actually spoken to him. I've just come back from America, so they're probably speaking to you first. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Yeah.
Is that what the tad is, yeah? No, mashallah, tabarakallah. Again, mashallah, we've got youngsters calling because they realise, subhanAllah, they want to support. Do call into the studio on 0207 908 7285, but the all-important donation hotline, where anybody who's called up into the studio, you need to call in. And if you wish not to call up into the studio, then you need to call this number. Really, this is the number to call. It's 0121 309 0230, and make that difference. Each one of us who are watching this right now, we can give that £30. Wallahi, as that sister said, the mother of Musa, that if all of us, I believe it was her that said it, that if all of us took that responsibility just to give £30, imagine what transformation you could give to somebody. That's all we're asking. So as we're going to sit down on our dinner table, as we're going to have that food, and I know in my house, alhamdulillah, we normally have a minimum of 6. It may go up to 8 or 9. But if each of us were to give that £30, subhanAllah, how much of a difference? We're talking nearly 270 people. So each person, if they're helping and they're helping and they're helping, each person can give just £30. That's £1 a month for Ramadan, imagine. So you're going to give £1, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, donate £30 one-off. And if we can get a number of people to do that, subhanAllah. And if you're one of those that Allah has blessed you with more, than you can give 300. Or you can give 3,000. SubhanAllah, imagine the reward and the amount of people you're going to help. To wash their bodies, to wash their face, to wash their clothes, to cook with that water. And they'll make wudu. And on top of this, the children then won't have to travel for 2 or 3 hours. 2 hours, 3 hours there, 2 or 3 hours back, 6 hours, that's a school day. At least they can go to school and they can get an education. And bidna, get out of this cycle, this perpetuating cycle.
We have a caller, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What would you like to say, my beloved brother?
I would like to thank all the brothers and sisters that are behind this work, inshallah, which is Ramadan TV and Ethar. May Allah reward you all, inshallah.
Ameen.
Ameen, ameen.
Yeah, we're just preparing ourselves for Fatara, and you guys are there, mashallah, trying to help your fellow Muslim brothers and sisters in need. And we're going to, inshallah, make a donation for 10 people, inshallah. That's what I can afford for now, inshallah. But I will try to do my best, inshallah. I will speak to Brother Saeed when he comes back, inshallah. And we'll see, inshallah, what we can do, inshallah. I'll make a pledge maybe when I see him.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah, we'll take it on from there.
Thank you, Jazakallah, my brother. Please don't forget to call the donation line, inshallah, my brother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from you. Ameen, inshallah. We have another caller, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, inshallah, if you can call back, inshallah, on 0207 908 7285, inshallah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. It's a beloved cause that we're getting people who actually know the brothers, who are part of the cause, and they're calling in and they're donating. This is how much they believe in it. And wallahi, it's your opportunity just to give that £30. We've got another call. Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What would you like to say, my beloved brother?
My name is Mus'ab al-Sair from Birmingham, and I'd like to donate £30.
But before you go, bro, can I ask you to contact another 10 people, please? 10 people you know, friends, family, whoever, ask them to give £30 each. Alhamdulillah, whatever they can give, even if it's just that £3 for that one person, but if we can ask for a minimum of 30, and imagine how much of a difference you can make personally to this great cause, inshallah.
Alright, inshallah.
Jazakumullahu khair. I appreciate it very much, mashallah. My dear brothers and sisters, look, all it takes is for you to come forward and say, I want to help. And I've heard a number of times, subhanAllah, with one of our callers all there from Saudi Arabia and from the UK, they said, look, I can only give this much. Wallahi, the smallest deed that you can think of, with the correct intention, could be the biggest reward that you may ever receive. But the biggest deed that you ever do with a corrupt intention could be the smallest thing for you. So do not ever think that whatever you're giving from your money for charity is something small. Wallahi, even if you were to give a penny or to give a pound, that could be more to you than a person giving £1 million. So don't belittle your actions. Wallahi, in the sight of Allah, this is immense. Wallahi, it's immense. And if you can't give anything by Allah, make dua. Because this is more powerful than anything. We can give millions and millions, but we need to make dua.
Alhamdulillah. You know, my brothers and sisters, while you're sitting there, there's probably 2 to 3 minutes left for iftar. And you see that water right in front of you, subhanAllah. Again, I'll reiterate, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's such an important thing. There's brothers and sisters out there who don't have that option. They're fasting right now, but they're thinking, what are we going to open our fast with? The brother Sayyid Ibrahim was saying they travel to get water which is not even clean. They don't know. It's hit or miss if they find clean water. And this, alhamdulillah, we have a last caller, inshallah, before iftar, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How you doing? What would you like to say?
My name is Muhammad.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
I would like to donate £30.
Alhamdulillah. How old are you, Muhammad?
I'm 10 years old.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Muhammad, yeah, Muhammad.
Yes?
Can you do me a favor, please?
Yeah.
Just a small one. I want you to go to your mum and your dad and say, Mum and Dad, I want you to match my £30. Yeah, so
okay.
if we can make £100, so ask your mum and your dad to add some more money in, and if you can make it £100, then alhamdulillah, we can roughly do 33 people and we can help them get water. Can you try that for me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Inshallah.
Give me a thumbs up, yeah? Inshallah. Please go and do that. And have you got a message for anybody who's watching the show before we go and take a date and we have our glass of water?
Okay. My mum,
yeah?
She said she'll give £60.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Muhammad, do you want to quickly say anything before we have open our fast, before we have our iftar? Maybe make a quick dua.
May all the people who don't have clean water have clean water.
Ameen. Ameen.
And all the other people to at least be a little bit more better and not be ill.
Ameen. Ameen.
Ameen. And I'm going to become happy like them. So.
Okay, Jazakumullah khair, ya Muhammad. May Allah give you the qualities that the Prophet ﷺ had of being generous and forgiving. And subhanAllah, may all of those people who don't have water have access to water. And those who are all in bad health, like the founder of Ethar, we ask Allah that to give him shafa and a quick recovery. And we ask Allah that we can make the most of that glass of water we're about to have shortly.
Inshallah. My brothers and sisters, please, again, we're going to go away obviously soon, but please, the donation lines will always be open, inshallah. Again, it's 0121 309 0230, inshallah. Whatever you can give, inshallah, please give. And like our beloved brother said, even if you can't give, make dua. Because that's something that we know is for us believers, that's the most important thing. We ask our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our master, our majesty, when we make sincere dua, everything comes true, subhanAllah. So please call in as well, call into the studio, inshallah, on 0207 908 7285, inshallah. Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
What would you like to say, my brother Usman? We've got 1 minute left for inshallah.
Maybe, Sheikh, we can have some words from you, and maybe what the Sheikh mentioned from Saudi, and how we can reflect upon that before we maybe go for our break. Just very briefly.
I feel I've taken the time from my brother and son Sultan here, but Salman. But subhanallah, this is the time of where the dua is accepted. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that accept from all of us. But remember, whatever you give today in Ramadan is multiplied to up to 70. Anything we do in Ramadan, subhanallah, is multiplied up to 70 and even more. And Ramadan is a Sawm, and the deeds in Ramadan are the only thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how much reward you get. So tonight, inshallah ta'ala, whatever you give inshallah ta'ala, have trust in Allah that this will be a sadaqah jariyah. This will be a sadaqah jariyah. It's ongoing charity. It's endless charity bi'idhnillah ta'ala. So £30 will go a long way, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. So my brothers and sisters, now we're going to inshallah break off inshallah in about 15 seconds for iftar. Please, the dua before iftar, before you open it, please make that dua right now, inshallah. Please make that dua right now. They're counting it down in my ears, as you can see now. Please make that dua, inshallah. We'll see you after after the iftar, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This adhan is brought to you by the National Zakat Foundation.